Hello and welcome to episode number 88 on the Online Trainers Podcast. Today's topic is break your habits and grow. Hello and welcome to the Online Trainers Podcast, where we go behind the scenes to uncover the latest tactics and strategies top trainers around the world are using to get more clients, dominate their marketplace, and get their clients amazing results. There is absolutely no fluff here. I'm your host, Lynn Trim. Break your habits and grow. This is really interesting because I just got back from Christchurch over the weekend. I was there masterminding with an amazing person, Liz Benny, and we were over in Boise not too long ago, about a month or so ago, just inside of Russell Brunson's Inner Circle group, which has been fantastic. And we connected at a deeper level and we said, look, we're going to have to catch up every month, every 6 weeks, no matter what. I'm in Melbourne, she's in Christchurch, it's 3 hours. So that's what we did. And for me, going through a completely hectic week last week, going into Sydney, going and creating new products and services, trying to set up a software company, it wasn't going to be fun because I was already chaotic, and going to New Zealand was going to be more chaotic because I know that I would grow. And, I made this big realization over the weekend inside New Zealand was that, whilst our goals change, your habits have to change as well. Like, habits is what gets you there, but if you're always moving that goalpost, you need to make sure that your habits change. And for the past 3 to 6 months, my habits have always been wake up, I'm going to go for a walk, I'm going to clear my head. That's the best thing for me to do. I haven't found meditation to be somewhat useful, beneficial. I found that walking has really helped calm a lot of my nerves. There's just something about it. The first 5 minutes of walking is painful. It's really, really painful because I'm like, I know I shouldn't be walking. I'm tired. I'm in a coffee. I should be getting into it. I should be planning. I should be doing, right? And so I've got a lot of things going on in my head, and it's just trying to tell myself to calm down. First 5 minutes, and if you get through the first 5 minutes, the next 10-15 minutes is absolutely blissful because you'll start to realize that everything's okay. This is for me that I start to spot the most important things in terms of my life, in terms of my business. Am I doing what I really want to do? Is a question that I didn't know for a long time. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know why I was doing the things that I was doing. I didn't know why I wanted to make money. I didn't know why I wanted to help guys get in shape. I didn't know why I was launching funnels and ads and creating programs and services. Like, a lot of the times when I ask a lot of people, why do you do what you do? It's like, I just want to help people. And it's like, okay, why do you want to help people? And it comes down to, yes, you have this long-term vision, but you have these short-term whys as to what do you do? Why am I going for this walk? Like, the reasons why I'm going for this walk is because I know that if I don't, it's going to be very, very painful. I know that if I do, I'll win my day. And it's funny because it's painful to get up and walk in the morning. Do it. Like, as soon as I get up, walk. Out of the house, walk. And that's painful. But what's going to be even more painful is not going for that walk and having my day completely bombarded. It's a little bit weird, but it's been one of those things that have been keeping me together over the last 12 months. And I know I'm ranting, but I made a big realization over the weekend. It was that these habits that I have now, they're great, but they've gotten me to the result that I currently have. They've gotten me to where I am now. And if I want to go further in 2017, if I want to move further, I want to help more people, I want to make more money, I want to have a bigger impact, I want to grow my personal brand, and I want to do more things, I need to change up my habits. And the habit of walking, well, that's great. It's serving me really well. But is there something that I can do that even serves me better? That's what got me thinking. Like, a lot of the times, my morning routine goes, I'm going to go for a walk, I'm going to walk down to Barry Cafe, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to have a cup of coffee, I'm going to just write a few things down, like what are the most important things. This is how my morning ritual goes. Walk, sit down, go back to the house, have a shower, get dressed, go to Barry, write down the most important tasks I need done for today. What are the outcomes in terms of the result method? Okay, what results am I looking for today? Okay, and as soon as I have that, then I'll think and I'll sit down and I'll write an email. Now, in writing the email, I have to ask myself, is that the most important thing that I need to do today? Is that going to get me forward to where I really want to go? Is even coming in and doing the podcast, is the podcast getting me to where I want to go? Because whilst the podcast is fine and whilst the podcast can be a habit and now it's on autopilot, it's so easy to do, just because it's easy to do, is it serving me? And this was a really, really important question because it was a question that Liz asked me. She said, look, what's your day like? What do you do? Why do you do it? Why am I doing the podcast? And ultimately, I'm really reassessing all the habits, all the things that I'm doing, not the things that I'm consciously thinking about, but all the things that I'm doing on autopilot, because it is that. My habits are almost like the river current, right? I'm going to this river current, and wherever that river takes me, I'll end up. Now, my habits, now I can change the river current with my habits, okay?
And if I want to land in a right spot, I need the correct habits to get me there. And I think this for me was absolutely vital. Because for a long time I'd been doing a lot of things and I didn't know why I was doing them. Okay. But the second thing is I started to put together that if I change my habits, I'll change my results. But for a long time, it's going, okay, just because you have habits, that's just the beginning. It's about upgrading your habits. Like if you upgrade your goals, you need to change your habits to change that river flow to get you towards your goals. And for me, going out, and a really great habit that I'm going to instill, because this for me is fantastic, is actually going out of my comfort zone, planning, going away every single week. Okay, putting more pressure on me so that I don't fall into this trap that I have enough time. Okay, because a lot of the times is what I realized is I have so much time that I'll fill it up with crap. I'll fill it up with low level activities. And the truth is, if you have 72 hours a week, you're going to find 72 hours of activities that week to do, regardless of how important, regardless of how far forward they moved you, you'll find it. And in the end, you'll stack it up and you'll be like, I don't know where all my time went. And for me, the habit of consistent chaos every single week, okay, is going to make me take higher levels of action during the time that I have from Monday to Friday. And that's what I realized, because last week, in terms of what I got done, in terms of having a look at the results I produced, because I was chaotic, I needed to implement faster. And so my brain was thinking, right, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. It needs to get done. What needs to get done? What's the most important thing? So my brain was thinking more along of building the foundations, building the structure of things, as opposed to what's the internal decorations I need? What are all the small intricate things that really don't really matter? And so I found that that has helped me produce results a lot quicker. Now, I'm only telling you this because this podcast is designed to help you not only upgrade your business, but upgrade yourself personally to perform at a higher level. And it's really fun and interesting because I've had so many people go, Lynn, you know, the tonality, the message, you've changed over the course of the last 6 months. Your productivity's changed, your mindset's changed, you're kind of zooming into things, you're starting to own who you are. And this is good, because one of the reasons why I do this podcast, and I'm going to tell you the truth, one of the reasons why I do this podcast, it's a great way for me to journal and document my process, so that when I go to podcast episode number 1, I want to have a look at my thoughts, I want to have a look at how I was talking, I want to look at my level of certainty back there in podcast number 1. And it's a way for me to have a look at how I've grown. It's a way for you to see how I've grown and be completely transparent that right now, if you think, Lynn, you know it all, I don't. I know a little bit more. I may know a little bit more than you, but I don't know it all. But as I grow, you'll start to see and you'll start to hear the growth. And that's what I want, because you know what? Life, to me, and you might have a completely different opinion on this, and that's okay. But to me, life is all about progression. It's making progress, and nobody was born a genius. And for me, it's like, who am I constructing myself to be in 2017? And one of the things I want you to think about today is really take a good look at the habits that you have in your life. Are they serving you? Are they moving closer towards your goals? Or are they doing anything? Are you doing squat? And the best thing to do a habit is to understand that it's all about the small changes, not about making big changes. Everyone wants these big changes, but they don't realize that it's the small changes that are going to alter. It's the 2 millimeter shift, 2 degree shift that's going to alter your destination over time. Okay, so today, your one thing is really to have a look at your habits, to really have a look at, are you using the same habits as you did last year? And you're wanting to go to a completely different place, because your habits at this very moment in time have brought you to this very moment in time. The income, the personal impact, the personal transformation, that is a result of all the habits you do from day to day basis. If you want a better body, you know this. You have to change the habits. You have to eat better. You have to tweak those habits. Right? Before, your habits were, look, I'm going to eat clean. But now if you want to take it to the next level, your habit has to change and you have to start weighing out your food if you're a competitor, if you're in that space. So with all that being said, I'm asking you, are you changing your habits for your business? Because business is, the body is easy. Changing your body is easy because you can see all that stuff. Business, you can't see this stuff. The internal world, you can't see this stuff. Okay, but you only see it one day when you wake up 6 months later. You are there or you're not there. For most people, because they don't see this stuff, they're not motivated. And what you have to understand is that it's your habits that are driving you today. All right, so going complete that task. And of course, once you've done so, please post inside the Online Trainers Club. Feel free to ask questions inside there. It's getting really, really fun as we end 2016 and then we move into 2017, because I know that it's going to be exciting for some, but it's going to be very, very painful for others, okay? But do the work and you will see the success. And of course, as always, send this to your accountability buddy. Send it now, send this podcast, and make sure that you get the task done for today. Have a fantastic day.
Alright, if you enjoyed this podcast, please leave me a 5-star review on iTunes and feel free to leave a review, and that way I can respond and I can take that on board in developing content to serve you. Now, if you're not a part of the Online Trainers Club on Facebook, please do yourself a favor and be a part of the conversation. That's where I add daily tips, tricks, and strategies on how you can build out funnels, how you can get more clients, and ultimately become a better online coach. Thank you for listening.